Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Tina Gale, and today I have a double page layout. I'm working with a sketch from Scrapbook. So if you like working with sketches, be sure to hop over there and join their challenge. They really have a lot of great sketches. I'm using the paper from Close to My Heart. This is a limited edition. It's called Heartstrings. It's in the seasonal expressions that will expire at the end of next month. So if you have any Valentine's layouts, or actually anything you'll see on this layout, it's not necessarily a Valentine layout, it's just a Love My Family layout. And the photos are actually from summertime. So I'm just cutting all of my paper up now, and like I said, all of the paper comes from the Heartstrings collection, so it's 6 sheets of cardstock and 6 sheets of double-sided pattern paper. And then the embellishments are also from the same pack, and then I use some other ones from my stash. Some you can still get, and some are retired. But I'm sure you could find other things in your stash that would work along with it. And I have to apologize. It's been like freezing cold here, and so I'm like stopped up and having a hard time swallowing and breathing, so I'm sure talking for 10 minutes is not going to be pleasant today. So I apologize now for any breaks in my voice. Okay, so I just have 3 photos that are going to go on the right-hand side, and then they were pictures of my family, and then I had 1 photo that was of the stage. This was an evening after church, and they were having summer night celebrations where they have food and games for the kids and entertainment. And so the 1 photo I kind of wanted off by itself of the stage, and then all of the close-ups of my family will be on the other side. So I have all of the strips and things. This is going to be a really, really simple layout to put together. So once I have all the pieces cut, then I wanted this little scalloped border. And so whenever I use my scallop borders, I always find it easier to do it on the large sheet and then go back and trim it down. So I just punched it and then trimmed it down to about an inch. And then these strips going across, the one that's going to be on the right, I left the full length, but the one on the left, I decided to cut it with the banner ends, or the notched ends, just to give it a little bit of added interest. And it's also the way that it was designed on the sketch as well. And so I pretty much followed the sketch fairly closely. I end up swapping the title and the journaling area a little bit. Well, actually, I just totally swapped it. But the embellishments end up kind of in the same place as well. And so this piece here, I just wanted a little bit more of that blue background. And so I decided to cut another strip to go below. Now you could easily have just made that blue a larger square, but like I said, I didn't have intentions of putting it down below, but then once I got all my photos and stuff on there, I decided it really needed that little extra color. And so I'm just trying to decide kind of how I want to lay out this side, and I decided for just a little bit more interest I was going to distress this mat that's going behind this focal photo. Now I don't distress anything else. If you like the distressing look, you could of course distress all the other strips and stuff, but I just decided I just wanted that little bit behind that photo. And part of it was, this is a white core cardstock, and so when you distress it, that white shows up, and so then it also kind of gives that a little illusion of being double matted without using the paper to double matte. And of course, if you don't like distressing, then you wouldn't have to distress any of it. And so instead of just matting the photo centered on this, I decided I wanted it off to the side so that I could add a little bit of embellishments to the right hand side of the photo and stuff, and just have more of that blue showing. So I just thought it gave it just a little bit of interest. If you don't like that, of course you can center your photo on the mat as well. These are also layouts that we're going to be working on in the group of ladies that get together and scrap once a month. So a lot of the details here are for them. So again, I apologize for my voice. It's like I feel like I need to stop and take a drink and like clear my throat. And it's really just bitterly cold here, and now we have ice and snow, and I'm just so over winter. And I know I hate complaining because I know that people out east have it really, really bad, and I can't even imagine living out east right now, or actually any winter, when I hear about how much snow they get and stuff from coming off the lakes and everything. But ours is kind of a measly amount when you consider that. But okay, so when I cut the end of this banner off, I had already said that I wanted to kind of embellish that side of that blue, so it ended up working. It was the perfect little size just to tuck in behind that photo, just to give another pop of color there. And so now I'm ready to kind of start laying out the photos on the right side, and I'm still following the sketch pretty much. This is a great sketch when you have different orientation of photos. Sometimes you can struggle with how to get two different orientations of photos on a layout, and especially when you have an odd number. But this is an arrangement that I like to use and have used several times, of putting one on top of the other, and then the second horizontal one kind of offsetting it between the other two. So if you ever scrap photos like that where you have three, that's another good design to kind of keep in your mind. And so again, I decided that that bottom was still really just more plain than I wanted, and I had these great branding strips, and they're really, really pretty. This one has the pink and the red hearts across from it, or across it. And so I kind of wanted to put it in. So I decided to bump it up and straddle the pattern paper and then the border strip, but to also offset it, so it's a little bit to the right. So it's going to end up pretty much where I've put it. And I laid it there, and I pretty much figured out that's what I wanted, but I didn't want to adhere it down just yet until I figured out where I was going to put my title and my tag for my journaling and all of that. So I kind of left it there for just a minute so that I could get a little bit further along in the layout before I committed. And so, like I said earlier, I swapped the position of the title and the tag from the sketch. And these pieces are just the sticker assortments that go along with the Heartstrings collection. And so I pretty much just used it totally to embellish this entire layout. And then I have another double page layout coming with the same materials. That's actually is a kind of a sweetheart. It's not a Valentine's Day, but a sweetheart layout. So it had this scroll, and I thought that was really great. It was the gray, and so it offset from the gray that was in the title sticker, but it gave some interest because everything's kind of linear right now. I have all of these strips of papers and blocks, and so I really wanted to break that up into some different design elements. And so I just have the arrow that's pointing, and unfortunately, usually I use those arrows to point towards something in the photo that I want to draw attention to. And you probably saw me kind of pointing down, and it was kind of a joke because our lead worship pastor at our church is Andy Chrisman, which if you follow Christian music, he was part of the For Him group, and so he is just an awesome singer. And so we're so lucky to have him. So I was like joking I was going to point it just to him because it's so cool just to have him there and to sing, and especially these summer nights just out there singing all kinds of music and stuff. But so it was a really fun time. And so I went ahead and pop dotted the title, and it just says "Love These Moments." So I thought that was perfect because this journaling will just be, you know, I just love spending time with my family, and appreciate my church so much for the things that they bring and that they do for us. We really have an awesome church and pastor, and of course worship pastor with Andy. And so then I had that, and then the tag says, "Let me count the ways." And so over there I will just write out the different things that I love about, you know, spending time with my family, the church, these nights like this in the summer that we got to enjoy, just hanging out and having fun with friends and family. Okay, so these little embellishments, these chevron shapes, these are retired from Close to My Heart, and they were these enamel marquee shapes, and I absolutely love them, and this is all I have left, so I'm kind of like hoarding them, not using them very much, because I thought about using the stars, because I'm using the enamel stars from Close to My Heart on the layout, and so I thought it'd be fun to use the bigger one, but I ended up going with just the chevron and not using any of the other ones. I'll hang on to them just a little bit longer. So that pretty much kind of finishes it off. I just had another sticker that said "So Lucky" and then the roses. And so here are the still shots. I hope you enjoyed this layout, and be sure to check out my blog if you need any Close to My Heart products. You can shop with me at myscrappyideas.ctmh.com. And thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time. Bye.